Hi guys, another day, another chance to review some concepts that we already learned. Alright, so today we are doing greatest common factor, your friend and mine. Okay, so remember, a factor is something that we multiply to get an answer. So for example, the factors of 10 could be 5 and 2 or 10 and 1. When we're trying to find the greatest common factor, we're trying to find the biggest number that they both have in common. So remember, we start with making factor trees, our friends. So let's go with 27 and 30. So again, make the tree. What times was 27? So I'm going to put 9 and 3. And then I'm going to circle it if it's prime. And if it's not, I'm going to keep going and circle it until they are prime numbers. So then I'm going to write my number sentence, which is 3 times 3 times 3. Factors of 30, I could do it, doesn't matter which way you do it. You could do 10 times 3, you could do 15 times 2. It does not matter because they're all going to be prime numbers anyway. So factors of 10, and these are prime. And my number sentence is 5 times 2 times 3. Then I want to circle the matching pairs on either side. So I have 1, 3 here and 1, 3 here. If I have no other matches, then my answer should be the same. So my greatest common factor between 27 and 30 is 3. Okay, let's try it again. We're going to use 36 and 48. So again, step 1, make your factor trees. 36 is, I'm going to use 6 times 6. Again, you can use 9 times 4. You can use 12 times 3. It does not matter what you put at the top because you're always going to get the same numbers at the bottom. And don't forget that 6, the factors of 6 are not 3 and 3. It's 3 times 2. Remember, we always forget that. So 3 times 2 times 3 times 2. That's my number sentence. And I'm going to do my factor tree for 48. I'm going to use 12 times 4 here. 4 is not prime, so I need to factor it. And neither is 12. Okay, and then I write my number sentence over here. I just check if I got enough 2s. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, remember, circle matching pairs. And you have to make a pair. You just can't circle like all the 3s or all the 2s. So I have 1, 3 over here, 1, 3 over here, a 2, and a 2, and a 2, and a 2. So remember, don't multiply everything together. Multiply each side separately to see if you get the same answer on both sides. So 3 times 2 is 6. 6 times 2 is 12. 3 times 2 is 6. 6 times 2 is 12. So our greatest common factor between 36 and 48 is 12. All right, let's try one more. And remember, if you don't have your little prime number factor sheet, just Google one on the internet because that will help you if you can't remember if the numbers are prime or not. All right, let's go with 56 and 28. All right, factors of 56, 7 and 8. And that would be 4 and 2, not 4 and 4. And 2 and 2. 7 times 2 times 2 times 2. 28 would be 7 times 4. Remember, when you're making your factor trees, it's not 2 and 8, it's 28. It's the whole number. And then circle the prime. Oop, I forgot to circle one. 7 times 2 times 2. Circle your matches. 7 and 7, 2 and 2, and 2 and 2. Remember, multiply everything that you circled, not together, each side separately. So 7 times, I'm going to go 7 times 2 is 14. 14 times 2 is 28. I'm going to do it this way. 2 times 2 is 4. 4 times 7 is 28. So our greatest common factor between 28 and 56 is 28. All right, let's try it one more time just to be sure we've got it. Okay, let's go with 36 and 35. Okay, so 36 and 35. 35 is 7 times 5. 36 is 9 times 4, which is 2 and 2. And then 3 and 3. 3 times 3 times 2 times 2. And 7 times 5. Now we can see that we have nothing in common. So we have nothing in common. Our answer is always going to be 1 because 1 is a number that they all have in common. All right. Again, this is in your math notebook. Use your prime number sheet as well. If you don't have that stuff, just Google the prime number sheet and then use this tutorial to help you do your problems. Okay, guys? Have a good Friday.